And welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Thank you very much for having me.
No worries. Pleasure to have you on the show. Cambo, we've got you on obviously because you've been revolutionizing, I hope you don't mind me using that term, revolutionizing TV watching. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, look, it's all in my new book that I've got out. So I don't want to give out too much because then obviously people have to buy the book.
Yeah. Don't give away the one secret. Because from the title of the book is The One Secret Success to Watching TV Slightly Differently.
I say book.
Yeah.
It's more of a pamphlet.
Yeah.
But let me just give you this hint. 1.3 speed.
Oh, bold.
Yeah.
Bold. But I mean, I guess we get it now.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to buy the
This is
pamphlet.
a new leaf of like professionalism on our podcast. Normally by now we're screaming or...
Yeah.
No, not anymore.
I'm scared.
Measured, thought-provoking. Should we derail it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to derail it with a story. I was very distressed this morning. I got up, went on my computer, and I'd actually left Facebook open. The only reason why is because you had sent me a Facebook Messenger message.
Oh, yeah.
With a post that we're about to go over.
Yes.
And that's like honestly the only time I ever go onto Facebook on my computer or ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have it on my phone, so
I have to sign in for my work to get to another page, and then every time I sign in, I'm like, I hate this.
Yep. Anyway, and then so this morning I jumped back on my computer and it was already up, and I got a message from Facebook. I had to determine that it wasn't a scam first, and it said,
"Hey, bro.
Hey, yeah, sup, it's Mark." It said, your account has basically been banned for inappropriate content.
Okay.
And do you want to refute these claims?
This was legitimately from Facebook.
It was legitimately from Facebook.
Okay.
Because then I also opened up my Messenger app and I got the same notification.
Okay.
And I was like, this is such a double-edged sword because I don't care enough about Facebook to really want to rectify this situation.
But
there's two things.
Yeah.
One is, like, so presumably somebody's just like hacked into my account, maybe trying to scam people on Marketplace. That's like a common thing I think people do. So part of it is I want to use Facebook Messenger still. That's the only thing that I use. I use it for a bunch of people. We communicate on it. I got a bunch of other friends and stuff that use it. But the other thing, I was like, what if this person who's hacked into my account is using it for nefarious means, let's say illegal matters that might make me look bad, and I didn't click the refute claims button? Then Facebook would be like, people would investigate. They'd be like, oh, Nelson has posted some bad pornography or something.
Yeah, or some scams or...
And Facebook would be like, he didn't even refute it. Guys, it's definitely him. We gave him the option and he didn't even refute it.
Yeah.
So
that's why famously... if you get caught like robbing a bank or anything, the police give you one chance to refute it.
Did you do it? No.
That's why you'll see often, sometimes like the helicopters and stuff drown this out, but when you see like footage of people running out of a bank, they're screaming, I refute! So then when they're in court, they have plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Like, at the time I refuted the claim.
Yeah.
The judge every time has to go, well, case dismissed.
I guess another crime goes unpunished.
To be clear, we know you did it.
But we saw you running out.
You did refute it, so... Did you refute?
I refuted it.
Okay.
Don't you worry. So...
But it was you doing the scamming stuff?
I'm waiting for... Oh, yeah, it was me.
Another crime goes unpunished?
Okay. Let's get into it, Cambo. This first one was in the subreddit Am I the Arsehole? And it was by SuchYam 1070. Am I the asshole for feeling hatred towards my siblings for using body soap, in brackets, liquid, to bathe? Long story short, I, 20 female.
Good. Yeah, it's good that we know that.
Good that we know that. I'm not in speaking terms. Sorry, I forgot that she's not in speaking terms.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So we should mention this is a post that I actually sent to you because it blew up and then quickly got deleted.
Yeah.
Because I think they weren't ready for the pylon. Because everyone's question was, what is this family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I am not in speaking terms with both my brother, 23 male, and sister, 38 female, due to a major conflict that occurred a month prior.
Now, just a reminder that the headline of this was about liquid soap.
We all live together in our parents' house, and I'm still the only student in the house, which means they are all working adults. Ooh, I've just realized 38 females. I
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. We all use body soap, liquid kind, but lately it had finished, and our mum is yet to buy one from the mall. However, due to work, she couldn't immediately get one. Instead, she told us to use bar soap temporarily that is in storage. We do not like to use the bar soap as it's not as good as the body soap, liquid for bathing.
Every single time they write liquid.
I appreciate that they distinguish between them every single time. Recently, I noticed this. Recently, I noticed the smell that comes after my brother and sister's takes a bath is very similar to the body soap liquid that we usually use. Yet there isn't any kind of bath soap liquid in the bathroom.
Interesting. Okay. Just a reminder, they're not on speaking terms.
I can tell this for sure, as I have a very strong sense of smell. So, I am not a pervert.
Okay.
And I can certainly tell for sure that they have been secretly keeping a bath soap and using it for themselves selfishly.
Wait, bath soap liquid?
Oh, they didn't specify. This is because my bro used to go crazy whenever the body soap liquid finishes and will lash out at us all. But recently, he's been very quiet and satisfied.
He would lash out us all. I can just imagine the police knocking on the door. Like, we've got some calls for a disturbance. Is everything okay? Is everything okay? There's no body soap liquids left! What do you mean, is everything okay?
Shattered vase on the floor. The couch has been turned over. Oh boy, no liquid soap. I have texted my mum about this as she was busy in work, and I have asked her verbally when she would buy bar soap liquid for the household. And I noticed the remorse when she told me she had no time to buy and she'd buy it when she goes for shopping.
Okay, yep.
I am fine with that. Mm-hmm. My problem is with my siblings for using a separate soap selfishly.
That's quite a tongue twister.
Yeah.
My siblings using a separate soap selfishly.
My siblings use a separate soap selfishly. I also have another brother, 24 male.
Oh, twist.
Who also used the bar soap and doesn't know about them using a separate liquid soap. Oh, he's not in on it. You've got one sibling you can trust. So I find their actions to be selfish and petty. They also talk to the others like my brother and mum, except me, friendly. Oh, okay, they're conniving as well. Yeah.
Real Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah. So I find this Sorry, I'm just picturing them being so kind to them in 1 second and then sneaking to the bath,
hey, Mom,
taking away the fake tile from the wall, pulling out the liquid soap and
also I can imagine them coming home being like, "Oh, hey, Mom, hey, bro." Just looks at the sister, walks off. Can I just say, do you know what this? By the way, there's still more of this to go, but this seems like, in school when you write an essay, but you have a word count.
Yeah.
This seems like they're trying to hit the word count.
Yeah. Okay, so I find this behavior as not only being selfish, but also being a betrayal towards other family members. So I am harboring more hatred towards them and their carefree attitude. They could have also gone to buy the soap from the mall, as they are already earning money, or even could have asked my mum for money if they needed. But no, they just decided to buy and keep for themselves to use selfishly. Am I the asshole for overthinking this? I feel it is so unfair, yet I also feel that I am making a small thing big, aka gaslighting myself into thinking it's not a big thing. I need answers. It's a huge thing, let me tell you.
Can we say,
boy.
such am, 1070, you're on the money.
There is cannot let this go.
Huge conspiracy happening. So definitely what has happened here is, let's say, probably 38 female sister, because they probably have a full-time job in a family or something.
Yeah.
Brought the soap, the liquid, and then was discovered by 23 male brother. Oh. And it was like, all right, I'll let you in on it.
Oh,
Because I can't imagine them being conniving together, being like,
yeah, that's true. It is definitely one person's found out.
Yeah.
And then, but surely this person has accused them.
To accuse.
And then you would think, then you've got to invite somebody else into the fold, because then it is mean. Then it is choosing siblings.
Yeah.
If two siblings figured it out, and one before the other, and the earlier one got the privilege of then also being able to use the delicious liquid soap, then I think this person has every right to stop talking to their siblings.
Now, a couple of things. One, they're all adults. The youngest is 20.
Yeah, it's not young.
I sympathize with being a student and not having much money.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about the fact that they just do not have time to go to the shop.
Yeah.
Their mum must go to the shop for them.
Yeah, that is...
This poor mother.
Oh, the poor mother.
Imagine coming home and your siblings are fighting. She's like, is this about the soap again?
Yeah.
But...
Because presumably the mother comes home and then cooks dinner for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming based on the, I think, nature of this post.
But... Look, I don't know the cost of everything in different countries. We're going to assume this is probably America.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because there's a couple of broken English sentences here. Okay. So I think... I'm just guessing, but I think non-English speaking. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
But how much is a thing of liquid soap? Is it unattainable for an average student?
I wouldn't think so, especially if it was so important to them.
My memory of being a student, and this is living out of home as well, is that I brought it because it was cheaper. You got a big thing of it for pretty cheap, whereas if you got the bars of soap, they were cheaper individually, but you'd have to use more.
Really? I so disagree. Yeah.
I was going to say the big value things of
yeah. I was going to say I'm a soap bar person.
Right.
I've used liquid and I don't like it.
You discuss me and this family.
I feel like I need to use so much more liquid soap to clean all my body than just having a bar that you can kind of hold in and soap up as you go.
Yeah. I would say when you're sharing a house with other people that aren't like a partner, liquid soap is it's my preferred option there.
Yeah, that's right. It's a bit
just
weirder. Well, in fact, even with my she prefers to use liquid soap, so I use bar soap and she has liquid soap. But yeah, but I think in this person's defense, it's not actually about getting the liquid soap.
It's the betrayal.
It's the betrayal. They said at the beginning, "I'm happy to use the bar soap, so long as that's the only option," basically. And really, it's about the hiding of said soap.
Yeah,
that's such an issue.
Now, the other thing is, I'm very interested in this point. They have a very keen sense of smell.
Yeah.
Are they sniffing their siblings when they're coming out of the bathroom?
Yeah, that's weird. In what? I could imagine them saying something like, the liquid soap is vanilla scented.
Yeah.
Very strong vanilla scent. And the bar soap is, I don't know, just not. that.
Yeah.
So you could tell the difference between the scents. However, the fact that they've said I have a very keen sense of smell makes me think you're trying to distinguish very two similar types of smelling soap, but you've convinced yourself that you can in fact tell the difference.
I've got a couple other things here. They could be broken English related. One, they're using it. They're all having baths.
Yeah, that's unusual.
They're using it in the bath.
Yeah, which I think is more of a non-Western thing to do.
Yeah.
And so many people at an older age, I think, is also more common.
Yeah, more common. So I'm intrigued by that, but also
I find it fascinating, by the way, that anybody over the age of like basically 15 takes a bath.
Yeah,
I don't find them. I know it's like
especially relaxing.
Yeah. There's this stigma around it. You know, I feel like stigma. That's not the right word, but I just mean. People are meant to be like, oh, you have a nice bath and you relax and you sit down. I'm like, I'm always basically either too hot or too cold.
Yeah. Or waiting for the bath to fill.
Yeah.
Because you've never actually planned it to be like, oh, turn the bath on and then go do other stuff.
Yeah.
You turn the bath on and go, oh, I forgot about this bit.
Yeah.
And then like an hour later, you come back.
Exactly. And the other thing being that, like, you don't get clean in a bath. I don't feel like I ever get clean in a bath because you wash off the filth of the day and it just remains in the bath. So when you get out, you're still covered in like a layer of that filth.
Yeah.
Like if I ever have a bath,
you have a shower afterwards.
I'll have a shower afterwards. Yeah.
Can I tell you, this is tangentially related, but I got told I do something that's like psychopath behavior.
Okay. I'll be the judge,
I don't necessarily disagree.
Oh, okay.
When I get in the shower, I just get in and turn it on.
That is a psychopath thing to
I
do.
don't wait for the thing to warm up.
Yeah, it's very water conscious.
Like people normally will turn it on and maybe then get undressed and wait for it to. I just walk in and turn it on.
That
and
is insane.
Stacey is like, I cannot believe you do that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I actually trained myself to do it.
Yeah.
Like
why?
I don't even remember.
Was it a water conscious thing? Maybe
it was a time thing. I think.
Oh.
Where it's like
just always late for work, and you're like, how can I do this? Could I
taking
wake up earlier, or could I get into the shower and then turn the water on?
It was also I was trying out the cold showers. You know, like the idea of having a cold shower, because then you just turn it on, it's a cold shower.
Yeah.
So there's no point waiting for that. And I did that for like maybe a month or so, and then I just got really used to it, where I was like, oh, I actually don't need to. I'm fine with the cold water at first.
Right.
Going hot because I did cold showers for a little while.
Wow.
But now it's just like, it's just normal to me, but I know it's not a normal thing to do.
I cannot believe that this is the thing that's going to end the podcast.
Between this and you using bar soap,
I know.
we're oil and water. We can't go on.
Never, knew we were such different people. All right, well, let's try and move on, I suppose.
Anyway, they're not the arsehole. They're in their rights to be
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Your siblings have betrayed you and find a new family. Let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit was cross-posted to us by Avant Cardigan, but it was originally by LifeRub6905. What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from a failed relationship?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a very deep question.
It's a pretty deep one, and actually I forgot to get this ready, so I'm doing it right now, and I'm not trying to buy myself some time.
A good co-host would pad for you.
Yeah. That's why I know I have to do my own batting. But I thought some of the people's responses might be more interesting.
Yeah. Do you have one that comes to mind for you?
Sort of, in a way. I feel like this was not so much a particular relationship, but I found that what I was doing in earlier relationships, where I was just way more invested in... I think when I was younger, I was just so happy that somebody else was interested in me.
Yeah, okay.
That I would change like who I was to kind of fit in with them.
Yeah.
And then I just realized that, like, for example, one of my first kind of serious girlfriends, I remember hiding that I played video games.
Oh, really?
And she kind of knew.
She worked it out.
Oh, she bloody worked it out. No, she kind of knew already, but I just felt like I constantly had to like if she would be like, "Hey, what have you been up to?" and I had just been playing video games,
Masturbating.
I would say masturbating. And then like, and so it's just funny now being out of that relationship, and I think I was single for quite a long time after that. Oh yeah, that was actually my second sort of serious go. Anyway, and I think I just like became more comfortable with like I just need to be me, and then and accept somebody that accepts me, because I don't want to change into that person that I don't want to be.
Which is why now, like your partner Alan
walks
in, and sometimes you're just on the couch in your underwear eating chicken wings, and you're like, "This is me.
Yeah,
so I am. I'm not gonna change.
This is me. Yeah, I'm playing video games and masturbating." Yeah. In fact, if anything, I think I've converted Ellen to playing games.
Oh.
She hates who she is. She's like, no, I play all these games now. I don't even like them. But yeah, how about yourself? Do you have one in particular?
I think this is maybe going to sound a bit like I'm just aware that I'm also very lucky.
Yeah.
But I've learnt that you can't really have a relationship where genuinely, like Stacey and me are best friends, right?
Yeah.
Where when you're with someone, you're like, yeah, this could work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think you need to be pretty confident.
That's true. It is hard though, right?
It is.
Isn't
That's
it?
what I mean. That's why I think I'm just very lucky that I have someone like that.
Yeah. Because obviously, like every relationship starts off with, is this something? Like, can it be something? Yeah. Are we, even I feel like some people that have gone from friends to relationship can still have that like, but is this what I really want? But yeah, that's why it can be so good. And perhaps it's like you almost need to put an internal timer on it to be like, if I really haven't by X time, whatever's suitable for you, then
I think we've both known people that are in relationships in which the main thing is, I can make this work.
Yeah.
That I think is, I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Let's go through some of the people's responses and see if we agree or disagree. This is by Mothman in Fishnets. Okay. Don't lose yourself in your significant other. It can be hard to find your own identity again after the relationship ends. It's pretty similar to kind of what I said, I guess. I don't feel like I lost my identity.
You just hit it.
I hit it.
Yeah.
Yes. I was lying constantly. This is by Jackamus. It's okay to argue. It's not okay to hurt each other when you argue. It's okay to expect things from each other. It's not okay to keep score against your partner. It's okay to have different views about living together. It's not okay to undermine the views of your partner.
I would expand, it's okay to argue, but not all the time.
Yes, I think that's actually a big thing. Like, it's fine to argue, but if you're arguing all the time and sure you're not hurting each other's feelings, it's still probably not.
But like, if you can't agree on anything, let's get tomato sauce. I want barbecue sauce. Tomato sauce. Like, if everything becomes a fight,
It is funny because, like, obviously there's a lot of truth to this, what this person said, but I feel like almost every point you could misinterpret also with the idea of it's okay to expect things from each other.
Yeah.
Some people's expectations from their partner are fucking insane.
Yes.
I've seen the Tinder profiles. Shower once a day? I don't think so. I think it's kind of funny. I do think it's, if you have different views about living together, that's the one I think can really be tricky to navigate around if you don't have those same sort of,
one of you is really
values.
into not being in an open relationship, but the other one's pretty into being in an open relationship.
Yeah.
That generally doesn't work. Yeah, either both need to be into it or both need to be not that into it.
Yeah. I think that's right. Do you know what's funny is on the comment of it's not okay to keep score against your partner.
Video games.
Yeah. Obviously, we have a scoreboard for all the video games that Ellen and I play, and I'm smashing her all.
So I have the opposite in my house. I get smashed in every video game.
Yeah, that's true. No, but I think it's funny because Ellen and I will so consciously make sure that we're not keeping score on each other.
Yeah.
So, I might, I don't know, clean the dishes or something. Mm-hmm. And she'd be like, oh, you didn't have to like clean all that. Maybe it was like excessive dishes. I don't know. And I'll be like, oh, well, you like cook dinner. And I'll be like, but not that like you have to do something in order for me to do this. There's always a caveat then, but like that's not conditional. But that's what will happen.
You know what will be the small little thread that gets pulled that could unravel the relationship one day?
Yeah.
Is say you come home and you have done the dishes or whatever. And it's like, oh, thanks. I owe you one.
Yeah.
And then you both just look at each other and you're like, oh no, the score's begun.
This is where it starts. And then I do her, she does me a favor, but then I think it's a IOU times 2. And then, boy, start doing a huge list. Here's another one. It's by Majestic Alexis. You never really know what's going on in someone else's head. That one's a bit kind of...
Wait, is that
seems negative? But I think it's meant to be positive.
Okay. What's the most valuable lesson? The lesson is that you never really. Okay.
Yeah.
My thought was like, oh, the problem was I never really knew what was going on in their head, but now I do. Okay. I've read it in context. It now makes a bit more sense.
Yeah.
I guess if someone's upset about something, you don't know what's going on in their head. It might be that
maybe need to communicate more.
Maybe they had a rough week at work.
Yes.
And you know what? It wasn't that you didn't buy more milk
necessarily.
It was that they had a rough week, and that was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. Same thing again with Helen and I. Sometimes I'll just be in a shit mood. I feel like everybody just occasionally, you just have like bad days, and it won't even be for anything in particular.
Not me.
You're constantly in a bad mood.
Fuck you! Sorry. I had a rough week.
But then I feel like so obligated to be like, I am just in a shitty mood.
Yeah.
Like, sorry. If I just...
I like to think that Stacey and I are pretty open with that communication. She'll just, like, she might just be like, I'm in a bad mood. I'm like, I'll leave you alone. It's all right.
Yeah.
I know. Like, vice versa. Yeah, I think that honestly just saying, yeah, I'm in a shit mood. Is all you really need to say.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like
partner will forgive what I might say.
Yeah. The funny thing is with this, you never really know what's going on in somebody else's head. To me, I feel like I learned that lesson in my professional life while I was working more so than anything else. I used to sometimes like harbor hatred towards people or think that they didn't like me perhaps or appreciate the work that I was doing. And I would end up sort of verbalizing that in some way or, I would then get into a bad kind of relationship with them. And what I've learned is to, even though I might still sometimes have those thoughts, I shut my mouth about it because more times than not, that person is like, love Nelson. He's such a good worker, does, all this, and I'm like, oh boy, like I really just misinterpreted the way that you act perhaps towards me because maybe it seems like a little bad. And I reckon that's benefited me a lot in my career. I would have burned so many bridges, Cambo.
So by default, we assume everyone loves us.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. All right, Campbell, let's get into Today I Advice. So now it's time for Today I Learned. Today I Learned. And also sometimes advice. This Today I Learned is by Al Grinder. Today I learned a Dominican man survived nearly a month at sea with nothing but ketchup and seasonings. What
was the situation that resulted in that?
It was a Heinz accident. The cargo ship.
Yeah.
And all it had, it was a lot. Oh, there was a lot of ketchup and seasonings.
Was it like, I would read it as he actually was there for maybe longer, but first ate the food that was available and then had to have a month before he was rescued that he just had ketchup and seasoning left?
Perhaps. Yeah, that's true. Because at some point, at what point do you start rationing your ketchup and seasonings? Because, I'm assuming it's one bottle. And if he's only in, 2 days into being stranded, you're going to down half a bottle of ketchup.
But like maybe this was the problem is at first he was like, only one bottle of ketchup and a little bit of seasoning. I'll be real careful with that.
Yeah.
And then he ran out of all his food, but he'd rationed his ketchup so much. He's like, I still have pretty much a whole bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. What do you think is like the minimum you could survive off? For me, I would super struggle with this. Living off just ketchup and seasoning.
Yeah.
There's
no nutrition in it.
I would rather die, I think.
I can just imagine this poor guy gets rescued by some passing cargo ship or something.
Yeah.
They pull him, they do the
Oh,
blanket.
it's Master Foods. Oh, no.
They do the blanket over their shoulders or whatever. You know, all the cliches.
Yeah.
They're like, let's get you a proper meal. We'll get you a burger.
Yeah.
You want ketchup on that? It's like, no. He's getting flashbacks.
Yeah.
Bit of salt on your chips? No!
Yeah, this guy could live the healthiest life from now on.
Yeah.
This could be one of those...
Detoxes.
Yeah, detox. Chuck this in a magazine, Gambo.
Addicted to ketchup and seasoning?
Yeah.
We'll sort that right out. Give us a month.
I think... Do you know something that I think would be borderline that I would struggle to eat on the same level as ketchup and seasoning, but also maybe be able to do it, is Cheetos.
Okay.
They're like, I think Cheetos are basically everywhere, but they're like little puff balls, rice puff balls of cheese. And to me, it's just like, that would be such a struggle to live off just that for a month. Because even after like one sitting of eating those kind of cheese puff types, I mean, there's lots of different brands, probably anything. I feel like, I'd really struggle with that.
Yeah, it's just the chemicals, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
They're like 80% chemical.
Yeah.
5% cheese, 5% puff. 10% unknown.
No one knows. But yeah. Here's another one, Cambo. This is by Shark Farts. Today I learned a victim of the SS Atlantic wreck was found to be a woman disguised as a man. A great favourite among her shipmates. One remarked, I didn't know Bill was a woman. He took his grog as regular as any of us, and was always begging or stealing tobacco. He was a good fellow, and I'm sorry he was a woman. Yeah.
Now, it doesn't have a year here. I'm going to assume this was not 2023.
I had a recent conversation that maybe I shouldn't go into too much detail about. Let's just say I spoke to somebody who was quite a bit older. My parents' age, maybe even a little bit older.
Yeah.
And the short of it is, they said, I'm worried about this person because they're a woman.
Yeah.
And there was no additional context. I was like waiting for the like, what else are you gonna say?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, nothing. You couldn't follow up with anything that would be good.
Yeah, other than like, they're testing men's urinals, and I'm worried about this person because they're a woman. Like, okay, well, I guess biologically.
Yeah, like maybe I guess.
You don't know if they have the equipment to aim as well or something.
Something like
and
that.
even then, you're like, it doesn't really matter.
I feel like I would still be fine. Yeah.
You can bend over and point backwards. It's fine. You know?
Yeah. But it was almost more misogynistic. There was nothing else from it. Because then it basically was like, because of all the things about women is wrong.
Yeah. And to be clear, this person was concerned about this person because they're a woman just doing a job, right?
Just doing a job. Yeah. Just like,
Just
I'm
a job
concerned
at
about
work.
them doing a job.
Yeah.
And then actually proceeded to tell me how one time they were working in a team that was men only, and it ran incredibly smoothly. And then a woman was introduced, and he was like, ugh. And from that point onwards, I was like, oh my God, this is the fucking worst.
Speaking of horrible takes,
Anyway.
my grandfather actually,
Okay, yeah.
notorious for having terrible takes.
Yeah.
Stacey got a promotion, head of a department.
What? She's a woman, Cambo.
This did confuse him.
Oh, God.
She's like, Stacey's quite high up at her work. Like
Stacey's the smartest person I know.
So she's the head. She's the head of her department. She's got a lot of people that work for her.
Yeah.
And anyway, we were at some kind of family gathering, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I got this promotion," and my pop's like, "Well, I don't know," and she's like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, the problem with women being a manager is when men disagree, they just punch for a bit and then it's over.
Yeah,
but you can't do that with women."
Oh my god! When do people punch for a bit? I've never just punched on with a guy for a bit and then just settle it out and just be totally cool with each other afterwards. Do you know what I love about this sort of stuff? There was one comment. It was when Hillary was going for presidency, and
first name basis with you.
Yeah.
I call her Miss Clinton.
I call her Hillsy.
But that's the famous Australian comedian Adam Hills. He's Hillsy.
Yeah. Now for him, I'm just mate.
Yeah.
Because we're really good mates.
Yeah.
But anyway, and there was like some woman on the street, Trump supporter, saying, "Oh, can't let a woman in charge of the country. No. She's like, think about like the wars that would be started because a woman's in office." And the reporter said, "But all wars have been started by men."
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, think about how much worse it would get. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
terrible.
about. It's a really funny ongoing segment with Jordan Klepper from the Today Show.
Yeah.
And he goes to a lot of like far right rallies.
Yeah.
And just like uses pretty simple logic.
Yeah.
But he does that a lot where he'll turn someone's statement back on them.
Yeah.
It's very funny. I also just want to point out we've been advocating that we are completely fine with women in any job. And we did not.
Except urinal testers, Campbell. I won't have it.
There was obviously a rival Reddit-based podcast that we shut down. It wasn't because it was two women.
It wasn't because it was two women.
That didn't come into it.
No.
Also, I have just remembered
that
the Atlantic wreck was from 1870. I've just remembered that.
Right. Okay. Good memory.
Thanks.
Campbell.
Yeah. It's a shame that she was a woman. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry
that he was a woman.
So funny. Anywho, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Zelda Left. No one ever thinks the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles smell bad, despite them living in the sewer.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're using body soap liquid.
Liquid, obviously.
This is actually one of the factors I liked most, but I appreciated in the book The Martian. I don't think it's touched on in the movie so much, but when he gets rescued, the first thing everyone comments on is how bad he smells.
Right,
Because he's been on Mars for like 3 years by himself.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. He would smell really, like, I hadn't ever considered it, but he would smell really bad.
Yeah. I actually like this shower thought for that exact reason. Just the idea of thinking about those little
what
things
characters
that
would smell bad.
Yeah, would smell bad, yeah. Or even just there would be something about them that you just overlook in the comic book. You know? Like, for example, Wolverine probably doesn't own a can opener.
Yeah. Why would he?
Yeah.
Why would he? Yeah.
Just something that you've probably never thought about, but it's like, well, he doesn't, need to. Because of the rings. Nobody ever needs a can opener.
Could you imagine if you went to Wolverine's like cabin that he lives in the woods or something?
Yeah.
And he had one of those little measuring bowl sets that all nest inside of each other.
Yeah.
I just did not expect you to have this.
Just not, the image.
You seem like you put beans on an open flame and that's what you eat.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
you're doing some baking, are we? Okay.
But who would smell really bad?
Anyone like Victorian era back, I feel like the bathing.
Oh, yeah.
It was like Shakespeare. He would have smelled terrible.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But so did everyone, to be fair.
I do remember like some funny fact that I learned while I was in Spain. They were talking about the Black Plague.
Yeah.
How it's like royalty would bathe once every 6 months, I think, as opposed to once a year, because they were so fancy. Back then.
It was. Do you know the saying, "Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater"?
Yes.
So I mean, for people that aren't aware, it means obviously like. Don't get rid of everything. There might be something of value in there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't throw the baby out of the bathwater. Apparently,
And literally don't throw. Obviously don't want to throw.
Apparently came from the idea that you would shower once a year, and the household would go in order of like father, mother, child, and the last one to bathe would be the baby. But by that point, the water was so dirty and murky that you you could potentially just not see the baby, go, well, we're done, throw it out.
Yeah.
That's just from how disgusting. That saying goes just how disgusting. Bathing used to be. Yeah. And that's something I want to see now that I think about in a time travel movie is for them to go back to some point in the past and go, God, this smells terrible.
It's disgusting. Yeah.
Not one single Doctor Who, not even when he met Vincent van Gogh, was he like, everyone smells terrible.
Yeah.
We all smell terrible.
Kimber, we should start realistic TV shows. and it's basically the same, but every now and again somebody would comment on the smell that they smell. Because really that's the only thing that you can't convey very well. Or taste. Maybe they taste something.
Maybe one time they'll go, air's a lot cleaner. Yeah, there's less pollution.
Yeah, okay. We get it. All right, let's move on to Podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another thing, and we do it ourselves.
I could not remember for the life of me this morning if it was your turn or my turn to podnap.
I think it's my turn.
Okay. I made one just in case.
Okay.
But I'm so glad you said it's your turn.
Yeah. Cameron, since the beginning of Podnapping, no, actually, I don't think it was the beginning. At some point
in the history
of this show, since Podnapping has existed, we came up with the rule that you can forego a week or you can skip a week.
Yeah.
But in order to not abuse the skipping, you could only use a skip once a year. Yeah. We also decided that skip refreshed every financial year. So, Kemba, I'm going to use my skip just in time. We've got it 30 days until the new financial year. So I thought just in time, I'll use my skip now.
Yeah.
Let that refresh. Don't want to waste a valuable skip like that.
It's the thing is like you could have done it, but then you would have not ever used your skip.
Yeah, I wouldn't have used my skip, and it just feels like I should use it.
I appreciate that.
So,
but typically you had thought of one.
I thought of one. It was just about
it's a shame.
It's
a real shame.
It was going to be real. No, I don't want to give it that because then technically the next one I do will have to live up to that standard.
At one point when you didn't move on from a segment, I thought, this is running a bit late because we still need to do podnapping.
Yeah.
It's weird that he stayed in this segment.
Yeah.
Now it all makes sense.
Now I was like, I know I need to buy more time because I know I'm not going to do this. Anyway, now it's time for the Ask Me Anything, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
Got one here from Elliot. It says, in my last email, I said something stupid probably. I don't know anyway. I have 2 AMAs because, as you should know by now, fuck you, I'll do what I want.
Really?
Yes, Elliot, for maybe new listeners, he's come out of the gate very strong.
Yeah.
He is in charge of these AMAs.
Yeah.
And we are not too questioning.
We have no control.
Warning! These questions are deep, so get your thinking caps on. AMA 1. Nelson, what is your second favorite ice cream flavor?
I actually like that as a question. First is boring.
And then he's also asked me, Cambo, what is a sandwich that you think is pretty good?
Okay, so again, I like that it's not about the main one.
Yeah. Now, I know that we obviously don't want to ever get on the wrong side of Elliot because he's got a fucking temper on him.
Yeah.
But do we just like do you just answer ice cream and I just answer sandwich? Like, I can't say my second favorite ice cream flavor.
Don't you
can't
fucking dare say
That's what it is,
your
right?
ice cream flavor.
What's your second favorite ice cream flavor?
I think it's maybe like salted caramel.
Oh, okay.
Man, when
Please
I'm starting to
never
think about...
reveal your favorite, though.
I would never think that. Not unless somebody asked me in an AMA.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's much harder to think of a second favorite because I always just choose the favorite if it's there.
I'll tell you a sandwich I think is pretty good. Mm-hmm. I don't generally necessarily order it, but whenever I have it, I'm like, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Chicken avocado.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
can I tell you my problem with chicken avocado?
Please.
Is I love avocado, love chicken, but cooked avocado is no good. So if it ends up being like a toasted,
No. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Something about avocado being toasted
I'm talking.
is no good.
Place I used to work used to order like trays of sandwiches every now and then from a catering company.
Yeah.
And they just had really good chicken avocado ones.
Yeah.
And I never think to order it.
Pretty good chicken avocado.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I never think to order it when I'm out, but whenever I have it, I'm like, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Ugh, Camber, I am dying to know what your most favorite
I'll never tell
sandwich
you. AMA 2, if you could leave anything in Buckingham Palace to fuck with the king, don't know his name, can't be asked to research it. Elliot, this guy's off the fucking... What would it be?
That to the king?
I would leave a letter that says, I confess to everything, and then I'd sign it from Prince Andrew.
Oh.
Because I want to know whether or not any news would come out about that.
Oh. I mean, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
I feel like they know already. No, wait. Maybe then even better. Say,
Please
I've confessed everything to the media already.
Yeah.
You may as well get your stories out there before anything else comes out.
P.S. Don't call me about this.
I do not want to. I will pretend I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm too shy.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. That's really good, Gambit. I think maybe a severed horse's head in his bed.
Ooh, could you leave something to indicate that the Queen isn't actually dead?
Oh, yeah. Severed horse's head in
how old
his
is he? He's
bed.
in his 70s now, right? He waited that long before he was crowned the king.
Yeah.
And now it's surely the thing that was scaring the most is be like, actually, we were too hasty.
Yeah.
We have to take that back off you now.
It'd have to be pretty good, though, wouldn't it? Like, to convince him that his mother's
Not dead.
Not dead.
Yeah. We'll think on that.
We'll think on it. Oh, yeah. There's a little bit more if you want to read that.
Sorry. Yeah. P.S. Barbecue shapes are better than chicken.
What?
I think Elliot's trying to just stir up some controversy.
I think Elliot's a fucking idiot.
It sounds like yours truly, Elliot. That's actually quite a nice sign off.
Yeah. I thought Elliot was
Truly.
fine until just that little barbecue shapes of meh.
I'm glad that he didn't even mention pizza.
Unless
Unless it was to indicate barbecue's meh, it's still better than chicken, but he's indicating that's all because pizza is the supreme. We have a friend of ours.
Yeah.
He loves shapes.
Loves shapes. Loves them.
On his bachelor party, someone just gave him a whole box of a whole
Multiple people
tub.
gave him shapes
without
communicating with each other.
He once said to me, my favorite flavor is savory.
So, just the original plain one.
As someone that is so into shapes, one of
Really
the wildest
bizarre.
takes I've ever heard.
Admittedly, after he said that, I started eating more of those flavor. And I'm like, they're actually not terrible, but definitely not the best.
Yeah, it's kind of like you get that person that like maybe loves a band and insists that their worst album's their best one.
Yeah.
That's what I feel about
Because I
savory.
get it and you don't get it. Yeah, it's like the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, their rough demo that's terribly recorded, that's actually their best album.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got another one here, also from Elliot. Elliot wrote in a lot, so which
But
hey,
you
we're
know what?
happy with. We like it.
And
I love Elliot. I've said this previously.
and obviously we'd never tell him what to do.
Yeah. I have an announcement. I burnt my finger. It hurts a little. Okay.
That's what you get for having such bad opinions about shapes.
Oh, he did actually have a bugle before and after that, but like he's not in charge of the button though, is he, Cambo? Got two AMAs for you. You know my reasonings. AMA 1. If you could have one superpower for the sole reason to fuck with people, what would it be? Mine is hover a couple of centimeters above the ground, then T-pose and just glide everywhere.
Okay. A lot of Elliot's questions are about how to fuck with people.
Yeah. There's a theme going on here. Yeah. This is my superpower. It's a weird superpower. Super weird superpower.
Yeah, go on.
Everyone always kind of sees me in their peripheral.
That's good. Yeah. Well, you know what mine is?
Yeah.
I would want to be able to wipe people's memory 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So I'll see someone lock their car
Yeah.
and walk away and I'd wipe their memory and I'd watch them go, did I lock that? Lock? Wipe?
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Because
Checkouts at a supermarket? Hilarious.
oh my god, that's really good. I mean, a lot of people have that problem already.
Yeah.
But to really truly wipe their memory, oh, that's good. Okay. It's better if there's more people around as well.
Yeah.
Because then it'd be like, did I just lock the car? And they're like, yes, you literally just locked it. Like, I don't remember locking the car. I'll lock the car. And then wipe it again. Did I just lock the car?
Or like, if there's a big comedy film and there's a big joke and you wipe their memory and then they come back and everyone's laughing and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Why is there, what did I miss?
Okay. Has AMA2, has some major thing happened at your school just after you left? If so, what? After I left my school, someone burnt down the toilet block. I will not elaborate because I don't know. Salutations. Elliot, that is difficult to burn down a toilet block, it seems.
Yeah, normally they're brick.
Yeah.
No, that's why this one was thatched.
Yeah. Really thought the hay would hold.
By the way, just quickly, drove past a, I'm going to say like independent petrol station or gas station.
Yep.
It was called like Petrol, Food and More or something like that.
Yeah.
The logo was a flame.
Idiot.
The logo. It's the worst. Flame, thumbs up with a petrol pump in his hand.
Yeah,
That's the worst thing I could think of. Anyway.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Maybe they think like it's one of those things that if you're not afraid of it, then it won't happen to you.
Yeah.
It's like Batman. It's the Batman approach.
Yeah. The thing that happened after I left actually happened during my time, but came out after I left.
Yeah.
Which was that one of my teachers was having an affair with one of the students in my year.
Oh, but that's literally the exact same story I was going to say at my school.
Because we went to the same
We went
school.
to different schools. Yeah, but I remember, I don't know if it was like during the time. I actually don't think it was like at the time,
no,
but I
mine
think it was afterwards. The teachers were like, well, hey, now that I'm not your teacher, which I don't think you can do. That seems
Unless it's been
wrong.
20 years.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And you kind of vaguely don't remember them. That's
you've
you
kind of
look through
vaguely
old
don't
photos
remember
and you're like, oh shit,
And you were
I
like
used to teach you. That's the only
Whoa!
use.
And even then you'd be like, we really need to think about it. I feel like that's a bit of a cliche, but it happened to both of us, so there you go.
Yeah.
Victorian schools absolutely are rife with it, apparently.
Totally right. Here's the major thing that happened at school while I was at school. Somebody created a bomb, put it on somebody else's doorstep.
What?
Yep. Yep. I want to let you know.
Is this
this
person
was
in
like
prison?
No, because they were like underage, and I don't know the story.
Kids
He
in
got
their
expelled,
bombs.
obviously.
Yeah.
And then like I don't even know how he got to that point. It was an ex-girlfriend, I think, or something. And it's really insane. I mean, I'm assuming it's maybe not. It wasn't like a huge bomb. Nobody died.
Yeah. Didn't make the news.
Didn't make the news.
Did the bomb go off?
Actually, it might. No, maybe it didn't make the news. I don't even know that detail. But I'm positive. I'm like, this isn't one of those like stories that was made up. It was like, no. He definitely put a bomb.
Whoa.
And it wasn't really that long after 9/11 that it wasn't like everybody was like, this has terrorist written all over it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, and look, this is a real win for all of our NRA enthusiasts listening.
Yeah.
Take guns away. Kids will make bombs.
Yeah, that's true. But can a gun defeat a bomb? I don't think so.
That's
Gabbo.
true. Yeah. We're just evolved.
In the paper, scissors, rock of gun, bomb, and pen.
Oh, it's mightier than the sword, but doesn't beat a bomb. No, nothing beats a bomb.
Nothing beats a bomb. Anywho.
It's a thesis of the movie Oppenheimer that's coming out.
Thanks, Elliot, for writing in. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, readit podcast @gmail.com. You can't reach me at Facebook.
No, I wouldn't even try me either.
Don't reach us at Facebook. Don't reach us at Twitter. We've got a subreddit.
Do shows often tell you how not to reach?
I think so.
I wouldn't try on YouTube, I tell you.
Do you know what? For the older ones, not so much, but we should say, like, don't try Instagram either.
No.
That's
we don't have a show
one-
Instagram.
We don't have anything on Instagram.
If you want to follow a show on Instagram, follow Cancer Movie Report. That is on Instagram.
I suppose so. You can follow that. But yeah, so like our subreddit, email, and the Discord.
Yeah.
But that's it. Rate our show.
Yep.
5 stars.
Yep.
You sons of bitches. And thanks for listening. And we will read you later.